All right, what's up, guys? We're back with another one here. Now, I just saw a very interesting video from top Japanese player Momochi, and it's a topic I wanted to talk about, so I figured this is perfect. Now's a great chance. But have you ever wondered why are fighting game players so old? Why are they so old? You ever thought about this? This is a conversation we've had. You hear boomers always complaining about it, like, "Oh man, I'm too old. I can't play fighting games." But then if you look at the numbers, look at the stats. Like these, check it out. Here are some Valorant gamers. So this is the Valorant World Champions right now. Look at the age right here. This dude is 19. Holy crap. 17, 19, 17. There's a boomer for 25-year-old. But yeah, these guys are quite young, right? Quite young. These are world champions right here. They won 300K. That's more than any fighting game tournament for a 17-year-old kid. Goddamn. How about League? You guys like that guy Faker, right? Faker's your god. Faker's 25. But here's the League World Champions for this year. Rascal, so 25-year-old, 22, Youngblood, 22, 25, 22, 22, 21. So early mid-20s, right? So League players, very, very young. And now let's check out the old Street Fighter players, the old fighting game players here. Boom! Out of nowhere. Daigo 41, Boomer City right here. Momochi 36. Big Knee. Wow, I didn't know Knee was that old. I was surprised. Knee 37. Tokido 37. Sako, the oldest man in the FGC, 43, and then Fudo 37. Young, I'm also 37, by the way. Even Persona Champ is also quite old. Yes, but as you see, fighting game players are very, very old compared to, the rest of the competitive video game scene. And why is that? Why are they still able to compete? Why are they still out there grinding and finding success? Well, our good friend Momochi, the guy on here, this guy right here, the guy in the top middle, 36-year-old Momochi, he actually just made a really interesting video. I recommend, actually, if you don't speak Japanese, it's not going to help you, but if you speak Japanese, check it out. But he made a video where he was asked by his chat, are you going to retire? Street Fighter 6 is coming out. Are you going to retire? Are you going to, you're getting old. Are you still going to be able to compete? And he said, yeah, of course, I'm going to keep playing. I like fighting games. I'm going to keep going. And so then the topic comes up, are you going to win though? Your grandpa, you're walking with a cane. Can you still hang in there? And so this is basically what I want to talk about right here. Momochi's insight is really, really valuable. So just to give you a premise, you hear a lot of times in the West about how old people, the older you get, your reactions go down and you can't compete, right? Like, how's an old dude going to compete with a young kid? They got 20 Red Bulls. They can see the frames. Like, it's cheating. It's no good. Well, Momochi, he talks about it right here. So they asked him, like, feeling old, like, now that you're old, you feel like you used to be able to do something and there's stuff you can't do right now? He says, no, right? He says, if I think about it, now I've been playing fighting games a long time, I feel like there's nothing I've lost. My abilities have not, there's nothing like I used to be able to do when I was young that I can't do now that I'm old. And actually, I feel like I'm getting stronger. The more I play, the older I get. He's like, the better I get at fighting games, which is a complete opposite take of what we hear out in the West, right? I don't think I've ever heard that. I think we always make fun of boomers for just being old and bad at games. He's saying the boomers are good. They call OGs. He calls them OGs, right? That's not OG, like uncle. It's like the OGs, man. The Kakage OGs, man. He says the boomers are getting stronger and stronger and stronger because fighting games, he says, he doesn't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but generally fighting games have not changed. In all these years, even though the games have adapted, we've got new versions and everything, the core mechanics of a fighting game, the way you approach learning them, the way you approach playing them has not changed. So they're able to get stronger. This, I thought, man, he's pretty eloquent too, but he does a really good comparison with, him and the other boomers. He compares it to maybe like a pitcher in baseball, right? So he's like, look, athletes are the same way. So maybe a pitcher, when they're young, 18, 19, they can throw like the ball really, really fast, right? They got a lot of muscle, got a lot of speed. The older they get, maybe the speed on the ball slows down. They can't throw as fast as they used to, but now they have more knowledge, they have more experience, they have more strategy. They can make up for that loss in power, or in fighting games would be reaction time. They can make up for that loss with the other stuff, and they actually get better the older they get. You see it all the time, You see the boomers just, they keep going, they keep winning. So fighting games the same way. Now, does this work for everything? No. This doesn't work for everything, and this is where the key difference comes in. It's like, all right, Julian, how come the boomers aren't winning in Valorant? How come the boomers aren't winning in League of Legends? So this might make you mad. I know people love saying, like, fighting games are super, you can express yourself, you're super free and everything, but Momochi talks about fighting games, right? He says fighting games, the whole premise of fighting games is they're not games that have a lot of freedom, right? There's not a lot of freedom in these games. The premise of fighting games is that there is a correct answer. Like, for every situation, there's a correct answer, and it's just about being able to do that in that situation. So for example, Street Fighter, if the opponent jumps at you, what do? You anti-air. So you have to be ready to anti-air them if they jump. If they dash on the ground, you have to be ready to do that, right? If they go for, especially Street Fighter 5, if you don't know high-level defense, I'm not going to go into it, but like the level of like option selects and tools that they have, they're just basically selecting each option for that situation. And like, you have to be able to get the correct one each time. It's a very linear game if you compare it to the other titles. So for example, in Valorant, you don't know what the hell's going on. 1v1, you could have 3v1 dudes come from behind. Like, every situation is unique, right? Every situation is unique. You need to be able to adapt on the fly to situations you've never seen before in your life. So the speed at which like you can think and improvise and come up with a new solution, he says that younger kids definitely have the advantage in that situation. And he even brings up Smash Brothers. So he says Smash Brothers, even though it's a fighting game, he thinks it's closer to that kind of like MOBA type game or FPS type game where each situation is different. You have to be able to adapt on the fly. I was like, yeah, he's right. I mean, he plays Smash, so he knows. He knows too. But yeah, I think, I was like, he's spitting. He's like that. That's it. I think that's basically all you have to take away. So next time you hear like a boomer talking about like, I could have beat you 20 years ago. I could have beat you 20 years ago. I lost because of my reaction. Like, no, bro, you lost because you're bad. These kids have the reaction, but they're also grinding. They're also good too, and you're lazy, right? I think that was a really, really enlightening video. Now, that's it. So that's why they're still able to succeed. But I just want to close out. There's another like interesting discussion is like, what's going to happen? When are they going to quit? You know? So strategy, it's not like baseball players can play until they're 90. They have to quit eventually. He's like, when do you think the reaction is going to be too important, right? You're going to be too old. So he says that like what? He says here, like maybe, he's not sure, but he's like maybe in the late 40s, or once you hit late 40s, 50s, around there, that's when maybe the reactions will be too much. You won't be able to overcome like, you know, your slower speed with knowledge, but we haven't gotten that far yet. Saku's the oldest dude. Saku's the oldest dude at 43. And Momochi says, he's like, I don't know about everybody. He's like, but I can never see Saku quitting games. He's like, I think Saku's going to be playing when he's like 60 or 70. He will be the oldest dude forever going around. But yeah, there you go. Are they going to quit? I don't know. I hope not. I feel like eventually we're going to see it. What are they going to do after they stop, though? That's what I don't know. Like, what are these dudes going to do when they do retire? Will they keep playing? Will they move on to something else? I don't know. But yeah, that's it. I just want to share with you. I feel like this is a very common topic, and it is interesting hearing an actual strong old player, experienced player too, share his thoughts. So thank you, Momochi, for that. Let me know what you think. I know there's gonna be some old dudes here disagreeing. I know like the old arcade, like Mortal Kombat heads that like they used to be able to win in the arcade against nobody, and now they lose to good players. Like, what? They'll blame the game, they'll blame their reactions, and they won't blame themselves, I'm sure. But yeah, let me know. You agree, disagree? I agree. I agree. I don't feel, the only difference I feel between being younger and being older now, it's not that like my reactions are slow or anything. It's just that I'm not as motivated. I used to grind like every single day without a second thought. I would just grind every single day, always playing, always grinding. But I just got more responsibilities now. You know, now that I'm old, I got more responsibilities. I have more things to do. So it's kind of life gets in the way. But it's not that my body or my brain is messing up. It's life, man. I gotta quit this damn job. Let me quit the job and get back to grinding net play. But yeah, if you're still watching, thank you. Momochi, great video. I really liked it. Leave a comment. Do you agree, disagree? Do you feel stronger now than you were 10 years ago? Or do you disagree? You say these kids are cheating, man. Reactions are too good. I don't know. Leave a comment. I'll see you next one. Peace.